welcome to the Coventry City Preview Show. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
Tom, happy Easter, buddy.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I'm alright, mate. Yeah, looking forward to a better Easter Monday.
Yeah, surprised you've not slipped in an Easter pun already.
Oh, now my mind's going.
Could be an excellent guy. No, we're not gonna go down
Very
that road.
bunny instead of funny.
Very good. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, because, especially if you're a Coventry fan actually, because what we do is myself and Tom get together and do a special show where we rate the away day, so you might find that interesting. Plus, of course, we'll have our match day vlog where we're filming at your ground, and the free-for-all as well, which will give some raw, unadulterated opinions, and look, I'm sure we'll give you a mention. So yeah, there's a little button that they can press, and also there's a little thumbs uppy thing in there.
Oh yeah, it's called a like button. Just click that, because we really appreciate that, and click the subscribe button, because people have got, I was going to say people have a habit of not subscribing, but people have a rabbit of not subscribing when they're watching the videos. Just click the red button, really appreciate it. You don't want red on your screen anyway, Coventry, you got no red in you.
No, exactly.
So yeah, click it, we appreciate it.
So here's what's coming up on today's preview. There's no Parker presser, but myself and Tom are going to just take a few minutes to talk over the last match. You've probably seen the full dissection already, but look, we're a couple of days in after that draw to Middlesbrough. So we'll talk about that, and also talk about the changes that we want to see and any news that may have emanated from Dean Court. We'll also take a look at the opposition as well. We travel to the Ricoh Arena to face the Sky Blues, and they're in some pretty good form at the moment, so we'll check out their players to watch and whatnot. We'll then go on to talk about the pubs and predictions as well. It's an Easter Monday fixture. It's a 3 o'clocker, so the pubs will be open. We'll find out where you can go. Plus, we'll also do our predicted team as well. And Tom was nearly on the money after the last game, so we see if he can do it yet again. So yeah, that's all coming up. So going into our game against Middlesbrough on Good Friday, Tom, we knew that Nottingham Forest had lost at Luton, and a win would have put more ground between Nottingham Forest and ourselves. And we're looking at the league table here, and this is the thing that sort of cheers me up. I should feel down, but when I see that we're 4 points ahead of Huddersfield in third, we're 6 points ahead of Luton, having played 2 more, and Nottingham Forest, well, we've got a 7-point gap on them. It's not as bad as we all felt at full time, is it?
No, I think, like we said in the kind of dissection of the game, it was a frustrating watch, and I really felt like after seeing that Forest result against Luton that we would kind of think, oh, there's no risk now, we can can go for these and go and get the win, and I think that would have almost cemented our place in the top 2, but we still managed to get a point, I guess. And yeah, it was more the theme of the game and what we were watching rather than the result, because a point wasn't bad. And yeah, we weirdly extended the gap somewhat, didn't we? And even Huddersfield, after, I know we got 2 games down on them, but they took an early lead against QPR, and I thought, ooh, and then QPR managed to get a point for us. So yeah, all good, mate. And if we back this up with and we go and win in this game against Coventry, which won't be easier said than done. That's the phrase. Easier said than done. Then, but we'll be all right, and we'll forget about that Middlesbrough one, mate. If we see that reaction, that I feel like I always say, as long as we get a reaction, but hopefully we will, mate.
That's what we need. So no Parker presser given the quick turnaround, but be interesting to hear what he said after that last game, eh? So Scott Parker, in the Daily Echo, there was an article where he insists you're making decisions in milliseconds when asked about his side's instincts in front of goal. And there was a very worrying stat from Jacob Tanswell, I think, that said we average a shot every 72 minutes or something.
In the last 3 games, yeah. Last 3 games, averaged a shot every 72 minutes. Shot on target, I should say. Obviously, we didn't have any, did we, against West Brom? And then it didn't feel like we had many against Sheffield. And then obviously it doesn't feel like we've really tested a goalkeeper or had a really good chance on goal in the last 3 games, did it?
No, that's right. And Parker was asked whether there could be any reluctance for his players to trust their instincts in the final third, which is some of the times we feel as though it's almost being coached out of them. But Parker said, yeah, maybe that was the case. I remember one with Dom Solanke in the first half. Maybe he could have hit it first time. Ryan Christie headed it back across, and I think maybe he could take it down. Parker said, look, I've been in the arena, standing outside of it. It's very easy to be judgmental and very easy to see things how you see them. In the arena, sometimes you're making decisions in milliseconds. He went on to say, there is definitely an element of that. We needed to take the opportunities when they come. We've spoken about it for large parts of the year. Every team that has come here have always been very defensive. They will get men behind the ball and you have to break them down. When you have teams like that, you will need to take your chances, and certainly you need to accept that they're not going to be clean chances. And it felt like there were few and far between. And you look at our stats in the West Brom game, and we were chatting about this in the pub the other day, 17 shots and none on target. It almost looks like the strikers maybe just had an off day.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But really, we didn't carve them open, and we didn't carve Sheffield United open. No. We didn't carve Boro open either. And that seems quite worrying to me, especially in the last match at Boro. I know the chance he's talking about in the first half, probably should have taken it first time, and it's just making the right decisions at times, and we just don't seem to be doing that. Whether that's a confidence thing, whether that's the players being scared to lose the ball for fear of reprisal in the change room later on, I'm not too sure. But when confidence flows, it's great.
Yeah, of course.
But when it's not, it's clear and it's abundant, and it happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, the confidence thing, it seems odd when you've got a striker that's scored 25 goals. I mean, he should be full of confidence. So I don't think we're giving him enough. I appreciate that he maybe could have taken that one a bit quicker, but he's very isolated. He hasn't really got many options. And we've heard Scott talk a lot this season, haven't we, about the perfect chart, the perfect moment, the perfect goal. And, well, it's all about the perfect... All our chances have come from set pieces, really. We're not creating anything. Yeah. You know, you've got to be creating more. We've got to be keeping the opposition guessing as well. It's all right in saying, which I agree, that teams set up a certain way, especially at our place. But then you've got to ask questions. Don't just do the same thing all the time. You know, I don't think we're asking enough questions. I think one of the players that I think doesn't really have that kind of... He kind of a bit more direct and would take risks is Dembele. And he's done that the last time... Was it the last time he scored? Bristol City. He was our last goal, wasn't he? And that's because he come on and just ran at people and had a shot. And he don't seem to be getting enough minutes. So... Yeah, strange one, but we're just not creating enough, mate, and I think it goes throughout the team. We're not moving it quick enough at the back, and then the front players ain't functioning very well at the moment. So it's all round, isn't it? But at least we haven't lost the last two, I suppose.
Exactly. Elsewhere in the post-match pressers, Ethan Laird chatted to the Daily Echo, and he reflected on that Boro draw and said, I'm a very optimistic guy, so I keep it positive. It's 1 point gained. We kept a clean sheet and we had our chances. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish it today, but that's what we can do. Keep making those chances and hope that it falls for us. It's almost like the Scott Parker school of thought is reverberating around the squad, because he's saying the type of things that Scott would say.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? And you hear a lot of, like Scott said, the... kind of the way teams set up, and they're always really defensive. But then in the next breath, he's going, clean sheet. Well, of course a clean sheet, because they didn't try and attack. You just said that. Yeah, but Ethan, it was nice to see him start, wasn't it, and get his opportunity. And did he go and grab it? Probably not. But did he let himself down? Probably not either. So, pleased to see him back out there, mate. Feel a little bit for Jack Stacey. Don't know why he's just suddenly in the cold. But, it was, as he said, there's no point after the game of being all doom and gloom from the players' point of view. They got a job to do, and they need to look at it and go, right, it's a point on the board. If we go and beat Coventry...
And they can't be seen to be saying certain things, can they? Nor can Scott, really, as the leader of his group. And we're all dejected. A person that was fairly optimistic for us at full time was Borough manager Chris Wilder, who's come out and said that he believes that 100% Cherries are going up. That's quite good to hear, isn't it? He said to the Daily Echo, the games that they had at the start of the season, it was a fabulous start, and it allowed them to maybe drop a couple of points here and there. Everybody in the division outside Fulham would swap their position, and I know that I certainly would. Going into the last 6 games of the season, they'll get their points. He went on to say that it's the beauty of the Championship. Everyone talks about maybe us getting beat against Hull. Everybody talks about Bournemouth drawing and not winning, and then all of a sudden other results happen. They've got enough. he emphasised. He said that twice. He said they've got enough. And look, Chris Wilder, who's I don't know what our managerial record against us is, but it seems to be fairly good. There are certain managers that we do sort of tend to struggle against. But look, he has said it, and it will be a great achievement, and it will happen, won't it, Tom? It will.
It should do. It should do. I've just got my brain's ticking now. Have we ever beaten them? Because I'm just thinking the Sheffield United team that come up, they definitely drew at our place on the opening day, and then we lost at their place, and we lost to Boro. I'm not sure if we beat the Chris Wilder team. I have to have a think. But yeah, like you said, I mean, if opposition managers saying that, it's because you look at that league. I mean, there's no way we can mess this up now. No way. Serious questions if we do. So yeah, as you said, the start of the season has provided us with that leeway, really, of being able to drop a few points, and obviously the rest of the league all seemingly, I mean, no one could string anything together. I mean, it feels like every week I'm talking to fans going, got to watch out for Sheffield United, got to watch out for QPR, no, we got to watch out for Luton, we got to watch out for Forest. I think, yeah, it'll change next week as well. Everyone said about Forest after we drew with Sheffield United, and I said, there's no way they'll win every game, and it only took a few days and they lost. So luckily we've got the gap, haven't we, which is nice, and that all come at that start of the season when we were doing all right with Ibsen Rossi and Gavin Kilkenny and Gary Cahill and Emi Marcondes. Yeah. None of them are playing now, by the way.
Miss them. Miss those guys. In AFCB team news, well, there's no reported news of any new injuries, which is a good thing. And look, let's pretend you're a Cov fan who's watching the channel and they're tuning in for the first time, and you could say the players to watch that are really obvious, like Dom Solanke. But if you were to pick one Cherries player for Sky Blues fans that they maybe need to keep their eye on, who would you say?
There was a lad that hit the crossbar at half-time, one of the fans. I don't know if he's going to get a cap or something. Becky Basketball hat-trick for the women's team. No, also, I think, one, like you said, because you're obviously going to look at Dom, and maybe even Billing because of the start of the season.
And probably Travers as well.
Yeah, in goal. But I think in terms of a threat, probably one that they won't look at because of the stats is Ryan Christie. I think Ryan Christie's pretty consistent for us. I think when you see him live, you realise, oh, he's a bloody good player. But on the stats, he ain't got many goals for us, has he? And I'm not saying he's going to come and score because his shooting's been awful. But he's a very clever player, and he could open you up if you give him too much time in and around the edge of the box. So he's probably one I'd say. And yeah, apart from that, maybe... who else we got? I'm joking. No, I think if Anthony plays on the other side as well, maybe, and Dembele. We have got some good players. We just don't know which one's going to turn up on the day. But I'd say Ryan Christie, keep a bit of an eye on.
Enough about us. Should we talk about them?
Go on then.
So yeah, all about Coventry City now. And look, after our game back in November at Dean Court, that seems like a long time ago. I thought it was maybe like January or something, but it wasn't. It was November. Honours finished even with a 2-2 draw. We were 2-0 up with goals from Jaden Anthony and Phil Bill. And then 2 minutes after our second goal, a certain player was red-carded, mate.
Yeah, Lerma. Was that the one where Stacey gave him the dodgy pass and then he stupidly committed, didn't he? He was playing centre-half that day, Lerma, wasn't he? We had some injuries. And I remember at the time thinking, that's a blow, but we should be fine. And we let him get 2 relatively late goals, didn't we? But
and the last goal was almost a cross.
It was that cross shot, wasn't it? Oh god.
Well, mate, shall we relive it?
No, I mean if we have to.
Here's the vlog. Get in! Oh yeah! Got my ball in! Oh yeah! Bloody Billing! Come on! Get in! Billing, come on! Come on! Come on! What a good ball in from the left-hand side from Anthony. My God! Goal and an assist. Oh, okay. It's got interesting. Lerma's been sent off. Hey? Lowe has been sent off. It's not a penalty, but the guy was running through. He got a touch on him. He went down, and we're down to 10 men, and he misses one of the most important games of the season. Oh, okay, then here we go. Should have been better defensively. And Sky Blues have scored 2-1. Okay, here we go. Let's hold on then, boys. This ain't going to be pretty. Nervous. So a painful end to that. It was Godden and Kane. It was Kane who scored that last goal there. Sending it scenes, because I was in the Ted Mac for that one, and as you could see, their fans went absolutely crazy. And it's just, so many matches seem to have gone like that this season for us. Maybe not the sort of last minute equalisers against us, but us drawing games against teams we should be.
And when it's in our hands as well, I think Blackpool were 2-0 up as well, weren't we, earlier in the season? When it was in our hands, and like you say, it was a red card, and then, he still should see it out, even with 10 men, 2-0 up at home, not long to go. So, I remember that being a disappointing one. But Coventry, we're talking about Coventry, and they're that sort of team, mate. It doesn't surprise me. They're a no-fear type team where they've got, and to be honest, I was thinking they're obviously too good to go down. And then I looked at them and started to thought, but they're probably not going to have enough to go up. But they've got an outside chance of them playoffs, mate, and they've got to go for us. There's no point in them drawing games. So they've got to go for it and try and beat us. And I think what you saw in that game that we're talking about there is they're the type of team that just go, might as well go for it. They feel a bit like when we had Eddie in the first championship season, where we might as well lose 4 or 5, but have a go.
And they've been there or thereabouts. At the time when we played them, after 20 games, the Cherries, we were in second place, which seems to be our perennial position all season. That's where we've always been. Apart from obviously that first part of the season. We had 42 points. They were in 6th place with 33 points. Then they dropped off a little bit, but then recently
come back.
Their results have been really good. And look, they're looking on the edge of the playoffs. We'll just remind you of the league table, and we'll put it on screen again. And you can see that there they are. I mean, they're only 3 points behind Sheffield United, and they'll be looking at this game, Tom. Like it's one they're probably targeting. They've probably seen how we play. They've probably seen how fragile we are. They're probably looking at certain games as a blueprint of how to play against us, like West Brom or whatever, and they just think, let's just adopt that.
Maybe. I don't think that's the...
They don't play that way.
No, I think they're more of a front foot side.
Is it Mark Robbins?
I think they're more of a front foot and footballing team. Been quite impressed with them ever since they come up from League One. I thought they were decent last season as well. I think... they'll look at it. I think they'll probably weirdly have wanted us to have won our last 2 and be virtually up, and then might think we might be on the beach or whatever. But equally, they could look at it and go, Bournemouth had scored a couple. Yeah. I remember seeing them when they beat Fulham the other game, and I'm sure you come onto it.
It was 3-1 when I was there.
Yeah, and that type of game, I think, it doesn't surprise me that they beat Fulham 3-1, and it wouldn't have surprised me if they lost 5-0. Which is a bit like what we were with Eddie, and they're a very front foot team. I think they'll have a go at us, which could cause us problems, but equally they'll leave the door open at the other end. So, probably contrasting. There's been 2 0-0s in a row for Bournemouth. They have had a 4-2 and a 3-1. So, which way will it go? Will we be able to shore it up and make it a turgid one, or will they, make it a really expansive game? It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. So, since that game in November at home, they've beaten Stoke City, Barnsley, Sheffield United. They've drawn with Blackpool, Preston, Blackburn Rovers, and they've lost against West Brom, Millwall, QPR, Luton, and Hull. So their home form, that perhaps gives me some. I mean, they're long-term home form sort of gives me some hope. On their away trips, they've won 4, including that 3-1 as we mentioned. They've drawn 2 and they've lost 4. Their most recent game was at St Andrews, the home of Birmingham City, the ground that Coventry played in for a while, and that finished with a 4-2 Sky Blues win.
Yeah, I think they're maybe weirdly is better to play them at their place, because I think because of what I've alluded to and the way they play, maybe when they're away from home, teams try and control the game and they just burst on them with counter-attacks and stuff like that, like we have in the past. But I'm intrigued to see what they're like, what it's like around the place. They should be in good spirits, Coventry. They just that's a derby, kind of a local derby game against Birmingham. They just spanked them at 4 against them. So yeah, it's going to be. It certainly won't be easy, mate. It's going to be a completely different game to the last few we've had, and it will remain to be seen whether that will be a good thing or a bad thing for us. Because in recent games, I think, well, if the teams had a go, they probably would have scored against us. But then I think, but that might let us in more. So yeah, I'm really kind of if I could try and be neutral, I think this should be a really intriguing football match. 2 different tactical managers, but we'll see.
One of the supporters overseas is Terry Nichols. She's been on Back of the Net before, and she sent in a video last week that I didn't manage to put out at the time, but it expresses the frustrations that she's feeling at the moment. Let's watch it now.
Terry from St. Louis, and if this is the piss poor football that you guys have been talking about, I totally agree. I got up, watched my game at 6:45, and was totally disgruntled the whole time. Even if we had won, I probably wouldn't have even cared. Why can't we get fresh legs on the field 3 games in a week? I think we probably needed to change things up. And sorry, Heather, but Phil Bill, he did nothing. I was so mad at him the whole game. Anyhow, hopefully Nottingham Forest won't nick the playoffs from us, and up the Cherries, hopefully we'll see better games in the future.
Yeah, so Terry, completely agree with how you feel, and we want to see an improved performance in this match. A performance maybe akin to the last time we played Coventry City, and I always like to ask you...
I think I've got this one.
Yeah, I think you know. It wasn't at the Ricoh though, was it? Or was it? I don't think it was.
Was it?
No, I don't think it was.
Well, it was behind closed doors anyway, wasn't it?
No, yeah, but it was at...
Was it not? Was it St Andrews?
I think so.
It probably was. That's our playground. We always win there. And we did win this one, and I'm going to try and be confident. The last one I forgot, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
But I remember you said in the last one, I can't believe you forgot, because Lerner scored, but he scored in this one as well, and I think we won 3-1. Didn't Dan Gosling get 2?
He did. Pile driver from like 30 yards or something as well.
I might be wrong. Was it a Friday night? I feel like it was a Friday night game.
It was a Friday night game.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know why I remember this one so well, but I really do. And 3-1 again. Again, last season I thought they were that sort of team. Do you know what I mean? Quite open. It was an exciting Friday night game, but yeah, Gosling managed to get a couple of goals, didn't he? Yeah, it was a good win for us, mate. But yeah, I feel like it probably wasn't.
Where did we? Can you remember? Because I can't. We did our rough prediction at the start of the season and where you thought teams would finish. Because I must admit, at the start of the season, I don't know about you, because you are ultimately the person who decided where to put it, but I would have thought flirting with relegation, I think, was the category that we had. And that's what I thought for them. But obviously, I mean, he's working wonders there.
I remember I was talking about it, and I think I said that, no, I quite like what they're doing, I'm going to go... I think I went, like, mid-table, which is still... might be an injustice to them. But yeah, I remember in the first season, so last season, I remember saying they could be a surprise package. I don't know if you remember me saying that. They weren't quite. But I just think they, as I say again, they remind me so much of us when we come up from League One. And they're really attractive. It's probably because I've got a soft spot for them because the attractive football. I really enjoy the way they try and play. And also, the Callum Wilson link.
Of course.
Coventry lad, isn't he?
Of course.
I do wonder... He's injured. Well, he could be at the game, Coventry lad, isn't he?
You never know, yeah.
But yeah, I think there's even a Twitter account of Sky Blues Cherries. Like,
yeah, there is. Yeah, we got Gary, I think it is.
Yeah, we got a nice little bromance there.
Yeah.
Little bromance. And I would say, can you let us get over the line? But they're still going for playoffs as well, so they probably won't. But yeah, don't know why I got a weird little soft spot for Coventry, and it's the only ground, mate, in the top 2 leagues that I've never been to, the Ricoh. So I'm really excited for this one.
Well, as a person who got a birthday message from Callum Wilson, maybe I'll just give him a call. I mean,
just give him a text, mate.
Not that he was reading off a card. Happy birthday, Sam. Yeah. Happy 40th.
I was embarrassed he didn't know who you were, mate.
Cheers, Cal. But yeah, In our visits at Coventry City, AFC Bournemouth have won 7, drawn 2, lost 14.
Oh, geez.
Not great. In all competitions, the Cherries have won 18, drawn 1, lost 23. So it looks better overall. In terms of the Coventry City team news, they've lost their second leading scorer, Matt Godden, for the rest of the season with a calf tear, and Jake Clark-Salter, who is out for the rest of the season with a groin injury. Josh Eccles has got an ankle injury, and Jordan Shipley has been out ill. Do you know many of the Sky Blue squad, mate? Are there any players that you know of?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they seem to go under the radar a bit, don't they? I think...
Which is a good thing. I mean,
yeah,
it shows
definitely.
that they're a real...
Again, reminiscent of us. Yeah. But I think Hamer, the lad, is a really good footballer.
Yeah.
Is it Gustavo Hamer? Yeah, he's a good player. I think he got sent off against us once, actually. It might have been the last time we went there. But
he's got 9 assists.
Yeah, he's a clever footballer.
Yeah.
I do rate him, actually. And please say you can pronounce the striker's name. I know I'm thinking of, but you got it written down.
Victor Gyökeres.
Victor G, I call him. Is known to his mate.
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres, there you go, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher it, that's all.
If you're a Coventry fan, put it in the comments, like break it down syllable by syllable.
I think Gyökeres sounds good.
Yeah,
I think that sounds good. I'm happy with that.
Gyökeres.
But I'm going to call him Victor. But I got to be honest, I don't know a lot about him, but every week I think, he scored a goal. He seems like he's come out of nowhere a little bit. So I'm Swedish, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, Swedish. He's
scored 15, 5 assists as well, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I say, I'm not going to pretend I've seen him loads, but be one to watch for sure with that amount of goals. But yeah, Hamer's the one I always think's a really good player. I think Shea, I think they pronounce it Shea. I think he got a couple in the Birmingham game. Decent player as well. So yeah, they've got some good players, mate. But like you say, they go under the radar quite well. So a bit like we did. So yeah, I think they're more of a really well drilled side that play good football. So I'm looking forward to it.
Love it. The referee is Matthew Donoghue, and I know you're wondering what the stats are. Well, we've had him at home against Hull City and away at Preston, both of which ended in defeat, Tom. But then the refereeing, we seem to be going the other way at the moment, so maybe it's a good thing. Maybe we can turn the tables. It happened with Keith Stroud.
True.
So maybe this could be good.
Did you say away at Preston?
Yeah.
Was that when Parker got sent off?
And you know what happened? We went on a mini run of good results after that. So.
Yeah.
Get out the red card.
Yeah.
Get out the red card, Matthew. So yeah, Adam Smith was also
of course he was sent off, wasn't he?
Sent off as well. So hopefully,
mate, we've had the last couple of games, both the last 2 games, we should have had a penalty against us. I don't think we can complain too much about the referee. So I think that's my worry. So I'm one of them people that always thinks, are we due a dodgy decision because we've got away with a few? I'm always worried about that.
Hopefully, third time lucky. Yeah. Right, shall we do pubs and predictions?
Ooh, let's do it.
Righty-ho then. You can see a map on screen now, and there you go. Next to the stadium is the Grosvenor Casino. Being a casino, there are certain rules and stipulations and stuff, one of which is the age.
Of course.
You can't be under 18, so we're going to have to work out something alternative for that. I did have
pop in there, see what it's like. I think.
Yeah,
because I'm interested to see what so close to the stadium, virtually on it.
It'll be good to have some vlog footage because it's supposed to be kind of quite unique experience and stuff, and quite close to the ground. So the Grosvenor Casino, they will be allowing away fans in. Please bring ID, as they do a lot of random checks. And also, what else have we got? And maybe it looks like you're okay to wear your colours, but maybe just bring a top to hide them just in case. All right. So that's the Grosvenor Casino. That's right next to the Ricoh Arena. South of the stadium, you've got the JK Indian Grill and Bar in West Brom. We had a lovely experience of the Vine with Indian cuisine fusion pub. That is on Foles Hill Road. You might want to check that out. And also to the northeast of the stadium, short walk away, all these places. You've got the Coach and Horses on Longford Road, and also the Longford Engine as well, which is on Bedworth Road.
Why is the Longford not on Longford Road? That's gonna ruin it, innit? That's gonna confuse my day. I know it will.
Doesn't make sense. If you're going, have a safe trip, and if you keep an eye on our Twitter account, we'll probably give you more information on pubs nearer the time as we do more research and wait for some Facebook messages to come back to us, and we might even tell you where we are as well, because Tom's getting requests for selfies these days.
Hey, come on! Don't act like it's just me. Don't act like it's just me.
I did have one.
But this is a weird one for me, isn't it? Because all season we've spoken, I've gone, where did I go last time I went there? And this is the only stadium I've never been to.
Yeah.
Hull as well, but obviously ticked that off earlier in the season. So so it's a unique one for me. So I am looking forward to it. But yeah, it seems like there's a nice little array of pubs there. But yeah, I've heard a lot about this unique casino, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm trying to think of some sort of omen that means, like, is there a number we could just like put a quid on? Do you know what I mean? Just what's going on at the moment? I might just put a quid on 0 on roulette, because we don't seem to have hit a shot on target at the moment.
Or 7 for David Brooks or something. We could do something like that. Or
was Callum Wilson? Was he 13? Was he 13 at Coventry as well?
I don't know. Or we can add their squad numbers together.
Like it. We'll end up getting every to cover the old table for these numbers, but. Oh god.
Right, it's called Pubs and Predictions for a reason. That's because you, our dear friends, we'd love you to put your predictions in the comments below. Let us know what you think the score's going to be, what you want to see, your scorers as well. We'd love you to put your scorers in, and we'll read every single one, as hopefully the optimism's back. And it's always this thing, isn't it? After the game, we're like, oh no, we're probably going to lose the Coventry now. But then, as time goes on, it goes like that, and then it goes like that. It's weird, isn't it?
It is mad, and obviously
that's why we love football.
Oh, of course. What it's all about. You've got to look on to the next one quite quickly. And yeah, like I've said a lot in the show, that I think Coventry are a front foot side. They score goals, but as we saw in the Birmingham game, they're 4-2, so they concede goals.
Yeah.
So 0-0. No, surely we're not going to stink the place out and make it a 0-0. I think this has got to go. But I'm always positive. I always say we're going to win, and it hasn't worked lately. So I'm going to go for a score draw.
Right. I'm not sure if you can see on your screen to the right, no, to the left of Tom as you're watching. There's a shirt behind him with
don't do it.
with 2 numbers on it.
No, don't do it.
Yeah. It's completely irrelevant because I'm going 2-1.
No, okay.
2-1. Yeah, I'm going 2-1 to AFC Bournemouth. I think Coventry are going to be a very good side that we can't take for granted, and surely to God, Parker is aware of that. So yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1.
Do you think that it might weirdly? I know we say all these things before, and it's like beforehand, and we'll find out after the event. But do you feel that because they've got that chance of getting in the playoffs, that might suit us because they might as well go for it?
Yeah, they've got
and leave the door open.
Yeah, they've got to be a bit reckless.
Yeah.
They have to be. It's not a must-win match for them in terms of getting to the playoffs, but can't say I've looked at their remaining fixtures, but they'll be aware of how we're playing at the moment, and they'll think they might go for the jugular. So, yeah, should be an interesting game. What's going to be more interesting though is Tom's team prediction. Shall we do it?
Yeah, go on then.
Here we go then. There we go. Right, Tom.
Let myself down the last one, didn't
I?
I would like to say that I said 2 changes. I got the 2 changes right, like in the terms of the 2 that were coming out. I mean, Zamora was a given.
I'm gonna sit back and relax it.
Oh God. I might surprise you, but I'm gonna go Mark Travers in goal.
Okay, Mark Travers in goal. Okay. I would say that Adam Smith is not our best left back.
No.
And he's better at right back. But, what are the left back? Leif Davis wasn't in the squad.
No, and he clearly doesn't trust Brady from the off. Maybe he's not sharp enough yet.
Why would in the match against Sheffield United, Brady came on for Jordan Zamora? Could he not have put Smith there and then brought on a right back?
No, because there was no right back on the bench.
Okay, so we didn't.
Do you remember? Yeah. I think I remember before the game. It was.
So Chris Mepham wasn't on the bench.
Mepham was on. Mepham could have done it. Yeah.
Because you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But like I said, I wonder if Laird or Stacey were on the bench and that had happened. That we might have done that.
Sometimes I get really confused because there are players that are out completely.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden they get called up. I'm just wondering, like, could Leif Davis come in? But what do
Stacey.
you think in terms of right back, left back?
Yeah, weird. And like you say, we go with relying on Stacey for weeks on end, and then going, right, you're not good enough for the squad now. And then Ethan Laird, reports of he's not ready, he's not up to scratch, he's not ready to get in the squad. He starts, and it's a bit weird.
Is it mind games, or is it just him?
Yeah, we don't know. But I think it would be. We've said this on the previous show. I don't think Laird was one of the worst players, and I just feel like giving him his first start, him doing okay, and Parker actually coming out and saying I was happy with him, to then drop him a few days later, I think he's going to stick with them too, as they are. Whether I would do it, I probably wouldn't, but I think he's going to go Laird right back to Smith.
So that's odd. I mean, I'm assuming that the defence won't change.
No, I don't think the defence will change.
So
I would change it.
We're doing Kelly
and Nat Phillips, and you've got to remember from a statistical point of view whether we've kept 2 clean sheets in a row. And them centre halves have kept 2 clean sheets in a row together. So yeah, I think it'll be the same back four, right to left of Laird, Phillips, Kelly, and Smith.
Okay. Midfield 3 then. Cook, Billing, and Lerma in the last game. Weirdly, I can never see it changing.
No, nor can I. I don't even know if we have ever had Billing on the bench. He's either out because he's injured or he started.
I mean, if he was out,
yeah, then I would mix it up a bit. But I mean, I personally would quite like to see. I've said to you off air, I'd like to see Christie in that kind of role because I'd like to see a bit more pace and width out wide. But
let's just quickly do.
Yeah, go on.
Let's just quickly do this. Right. Let's just assume, because sometimes there's always one player that's out that you don't expect because of maybe you picked up a niggle in training or whatever. Lewis Cook's out.
Right.
What does he do?
I mean, he probably goes Ben Pearson.
Yeah.
But he could move Lerma back.
Yeah. I mean, we've got so many options.
Gosh, Kilkenny could come back in.
Okay. Phil Bill's out. Would you put Marcondes in there?
He would play Cantwell. I would probably give Marcondes a shout or move Christie inside.
And then Lerma out, God forbid.
God, don't talk about it. Now, if Lerma's out, well, we saw before, didn't we, when Lerma had the suspension, he actually went with Cook, Billing and Cantwell, didn't he? I don't know if he'd do that again. I think
Billing and Cantwell didn't work.
No, I think he'd probably play Pearson.
Yeah.
I think he'd probably play Pearson because he is quite energetic, Pearson, and that I think he could probably do Lerma's role. But yeah, like I said, we're obviously assuming that they've all come through the game fine, and I don't know about you, mate, but I just can't see him changing that through.
No, all right. Wide players then. This
is where I'm going with my only change. So you can whack, just to annoy you with your editing, you can whack Dom in now.
Okay.
Because Dom will start, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my change in the wide areas. I think Christie will stay on that right-hand side. But I didn't think Cantwell was any good on the left. I see he tried it. Didn't think it worked with Smith either. I think we need more width out there. I like Dembele, but I think away from home he tends to give Anthony the nod, and I think Anthony will come back in for Cantwell on the left.
Do you think Todd Cantwell is almost too flair for this robotic style that all the other players have had more time to learn? And
maybe.
They've had a whole season at this, whereas Cantwell's now got to fit in, and he's not that type of player. He does what he wants. He's a Romany, really.
Yeah, maybe we look at all the signings we made in January, and especially on deadline day, and all these signings, Nat Phillips is the only one that's really played. And he's a centre half, and
let's think about this. What Ethan Laird we signed on deadline day?
Freddie Woodman. Siriki Dembele, who's obviously played a part. Todd Cantwell, Nat Phillips, and Kiefer Moore, who's injured.
So wow.
Yeah.
Nat Phillips is only the only.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about a system and the way of playing, it's probably a little bit different for a centre half. You a little bit more. Yeah. So yeah, I think like you say, it wouldn't shock me if Cantwell doesn't play much in the season and then we try and sign him because he sees enough going forward. But I think. Yeah, and we said that about Dembele. I don't think he started 2 games in a row, has he? Because I think it's almost like bring him in and out, impact, but he's not quite doing what I want my winger to do. Yeah. He trusts Anthony, especially away from home, so I think it'll be Anthony in on the left-hand side.
There you go then. There's Tom's side on the screen. Agree, disagree. If you agree, hit the like button. If you disagree, hit the like button anyway.
Like that.
Because we would really appreciate your support because it helps get the video in front of more eyes. Look, if you're a Bournemouth fan travelling up on the coach or train or car, have a safe journey. Check our socials throughout. And we'd love to speak to you afterwards as well because we've got the free-for-all outside the ground and have some raw opinion. Hopefully, mate, it'll be all smiles. It needs to be. It would finish our Easter weekend rather well. Wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think whatever happens now, I do think we're going to have enough. And I just want to see us, let the shackles off a little bit, have a good game. I think Coventry will do that. So I'm hoping it'll be an exciting one. It can't be a third 0-0 in a row. Can't see it. Famous last words. No, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to going to the Ricoh.
Yeah.
let's be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be all smiles, mate. Trust me. We'll be all smiles.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a cracking Easter Sunday.
Have a quacking Easter.
And enjoy all the chocolate. Remember the reasons why we're celebrating this day.
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next video. See you at Highfield.
Oh, you dickhead. We nearly made the old video about doing that. You've ruined it. We're leaving it in though.
See you at the Ricoh tomorrow. Up the chairs.
Up the chairs.
Damn it.
Dickhead. You duckhead.
Back in the day!